Hi everybody, my name is Christoph from SeaTable, and today I want to show you how easy it is to install SeaTable on any Linux server. And I promise you it will only take some minutes. So let's go. I would say let's jump into it right now. So first of all, you have to open your browser on your local machine and just open up the admin manual that you can reach with admin SeaTable.io. This is basically the complete manual that you will need as an administrator of any SeaTable server, and it will guide you through all installation steps and all the configuration steps. So let's start with checking the requirements. Well, basically to run your own SeaTable server, you will need a Linux server with a root shell. In my case, or in this video, I will use a server from the German infrastructure provider Hetzner. For demonstration purposes, I just booked a virtual machine, a Linux system with Debian 11 or Debian 12, I think, with 2 CPU cores and 4 GB of RAM. If you really want to use it in production, I would recommend that you book 4 CPUs and 8 GB of RAMs. But yeah, for this demonstration purposes, you can just go with this server. Then for sure you need a public available domain, and this public domain should have a DNS entry that points to your server. So what I already did is with my DNS, I already added the DNS records that seatable.pixelrebels.de points to the IP address of this server. So also the second requirement is already fulfilled. And for sure, well, we need to allow incoming traffic on the ports 80 and 443, so for HTTP and HTTPS access. Well, there is no firewall by default in the Hetzner server, so well, every incoming traffic should be good to go, and we should reach our server. Okay, so let's start with the root shell. So I already have this open over here, and let's start with the installation. As you will see, since the new version 4.3 that we just published by the beginning of February 2024, the installation became quite easy. You just have to copy and paste some commands, and in the end you will just have your own SeaTable server within seconds, or no, not seconds, but minutes. So let's start. We go to the installation part and we just use the single node installation, and well, yeah, I don't want to read all the text, but for sure take your time, read through all the comments over here, but in the end it's just following all these boxes, just copying and pasting this command. So first step is we install some just basic tools like curl or tree or vget. So this is super easy, just copy pasting. You can use these small icons over here, just click on them, then you have the commands in your paste bin, and then you can just paste it into your putty or your root shell. Okay, next step is after installing these basic tools, I want to install a Docker environment. There is a very easy script for that you can get from get.docker.com. So just copy and paste also this command, and it will take some time, but it will install a complete Docker and Docker Compose environment that we use to run the SeaTable server. For sure, you can also follow the official Docker installation instructions that you find on docker.com. Well, for me, it's a quite convenient way just to get your Docker shell by executing one command. So you can see docker ps, and now I have my Docker command or my Docker shell over here. Okay, next step is we want to install the SeaTable server, and therefore we have to create the basic structure. Well, we have this kind of command. We also just copy and paste over here and execute it. Well, it looks a little bit more complicated, but in fact, just drill down these commands. First of all, we just create a new folder, opt SeaTable compose. Then we go into this folder, and then we just download a tar gz file, so a tar file that from GitHub, and this includes all the files that we want to execute with Docker. So we just extract them, and then we just copy an example file for the environment variables to .env. So, well, as you can see, we are now in the folder opt SeaTable compose, and if we just we can check if everything is ready if we just execute this tree command, and it shows us the content of this opt SeaTable compose folder. As you can see, we have now some YAML files in this folder, and also this so-called environment variable file. And this is all we need to install the SeaTable server. So yeah, first we have to generate some secrets because we need a secure password for our connection to the database, and also we need a password for our initial administrator. So just also copy and paste this command in your root shell, and this just created 2 secrets and copied them into your environment file. So this one was just generated a SeaTable admin password and also a MySQL root password. So this is just done by me. So let's go on and just type in here Christoph@example.com, and my host name is SeaTable.pixelrebels.de. Okay, and because I'm not good in recognizing such a password, I just change it to top secret. Okay, this is also what we just did over here. We open up the environment file with our favorite editor of choice, and we just probably have to change the time zone. We have to set up the server host name, and we have to provide our initial administrator user. Well, and this is everything we have to configure to run SeaTable. Well, next step is we need to get a license. SeaTable provides you, or you can get a free license for up to 3 users from us. We just have a command for the command line that you can just execute to get a license. Well, in fact, you just execute this one, you replace this with your email address, and you will receive within seconds an email to your email address that looks something like this. So the email will just tell you, okay, you get a license for 3 users with the validity of this over here, and it also provides you with a link that you can, or a command that you can also execute on the command line to get your license. Okay, I will quickly pause this video and just copy this command into my command line, and well, yeah, here we go. I just copy and pasted this license into the SeaTable license file, and well, yeah, now we have our license ready on the server. Okay, now I think it's time to just execute docker compose up -d, and this will, be basically it to install your own SeaTable server on your own Linux server. Because what happened is you just receive all the docker compose files or the YAML files that you need to run Docker containers on your server, and you just have to configure your server in with this environment file. Just providing a root password and also your initial administrator user. Well, and the license you can get free of charge via the command line. Yeah, and that's basically it. You just execute docker command up -d, and seconds later your SeaTable server, your SeaTable server should be ready to go. Okay, what you can see over here on the screen is that Docker just downloads all the containers. This takes some time, but it's only has to be done once, because as soon as you have the containers on your server, you can just start them anytime you want. Okay, I just moved forward a little bit, and that you don't have to wait. Now you can see the containers were downloaded, and now they are starting. So the containers are initializing, so that means the database is just created. The web server Caddy is just getting an SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt. So well, everything is up and running. So let's just check all the containers are running. You can see over here. Okay, they're all healthy. So now let's check. Just opening SeaTable pixelrebels.com. Okay, .com is wrong. I wanted to have SeaTable pixelrebels.de. Okay, this looks better. Let's wait for the server to start. Okay, and here we go. We have the login screen. Now let's just check again. What was my initial user? It was Christoph@example.com. Let's just check if we can take this one. And it was top secret. Okay, and here we go. We're already logged in. We can create our first space, and we can immediately start working with our SeaTable server. Okay, that's it. These were all the required steps that you need to do to run your own SeaTable server. You see it's basically just copy pasting all the commands. The only step that is a little bit more complicated is to get the license, but it's basically also a bash command. Well, for sure, you have to fulfill all the requirements. That means you need a Linux server, you need a root shell, you need a public domain, and well, incoming traffic must be allowed. But then, yeah, running your own SeaTable service is just piece of cake. Okay, I hope you enjoyed and see you with the next videos. Bye.